jump onto the correct scene here. Awesome. Everybody say hi.
Hello.
Cool. So we have Mike. Are you with us?
I'm here. Can you guys hear me okay?
Yes.
Testes
Awesome.
1, 2, 3.
Excellent. Okay, so taking a little step back from our illustrious crew, here's the image of everybody. Let me shrink down the chat box. Come on. Maybe. There it is. There's everybody in their glory. We have with us Godden, we have with us Scrambles, being played by Kendrick and Micah. So, a couple days ago, on the first of Night Hall, they went to the Dragon's Barrel and found the Dragon Slayer sword. And when they came out, the dragon was there and was asking them what was in the barrel, because it's shaped like a giant. The whole hill is shaped like a big dragon. And then they ended up being transported, they believe by Sylvanas, to a tower, lighthouse, and they helped the giant crab free its former friend, who had turned into a banshee, and then they cleared out the lighthouse from this evil, heartless creature that had been using its heart to draw in ships. They then scuttled the ships and found a bunch of cool items and such. Worked their way to the south along the coast, found out where they were, realized that they weren't that far from Phandalin, so they got directions and headed back toward Phandalin. They slept that night, and the next night, on the 2nd of Night Hall, they had were attacked by these weird spider creatures, or a single spider creature with a regular giant spider. Survived that, got to the intersection of the Tribord Trail and where the road is down to Phandalin, decided to go ahead and rest instead of pushing on for the several hours it would have taken to get back to Phandalin. And then next day, on the 3rd of Night Hall, and if you're wondering why I keep saying Night Hall is the current month they're in. You can find all this information by clicking on the calendar, by the way. You'll see all the little red dots. Those are days that you've done stuff. And so on the 3rd, they took off about 3 hours after they had left, and about an hour before they get to the town, the dragon shows up, strafes them a couple times, does a couple breaths, and flies away back up toward its home. And that is where we left them. They are about an hour outside of Phandalin. So, as the dragon starts flying away, God, and what is going through your mind? What are some thoughts that you're having?
I feel burned. It looks like I'm in a little bit of pain because I got thrashed a little bit. But clearly that dragon is aware that we're in some sort of threat to it.
All right. And and scrambles. What are you thinking?
Well, I mean, at this point, I'm really just hoping that Manicore shows up sometime soon. That he saw my warning flares. Hopefully, he shows up so we can talk about regrouping to attack the dragon. And I'm really feeling lucky that we didn't die because that could have gone really bad. Um, but yeah, I mean, feeling pretty fortunate. Happy that Nightmare did its thing, kept me safe, and kind of pulled the group apart, which was great. So, but yeah, mostly just feeling fortunate and hoping the Manicore shows up. Because I did the warning signal, so hopefully he saw it or heard it or something.
All right, so you guys, what do you want to do? Like I said, you're about an hour north of Fandolin. You're pretty familiar with the area. You know, within half hour, 45 minutes, you're going to start hitting the few farms that are outside Fandolin. What would you like to do? You see steam rising from where the cold breath weapon is starting to melt in the morning sun.
Yeah, I think we need to get back to Fandolin as quick as we can. Try and get maybe a rest under our belt, and then talking about being proactive with the dragon, because I don't think waiting for it to come to us is the best strategy. Now that we have the Dragon Slayer sword, and maybe we can regroup and get some more people and go up, try and kill it. But I think we need to go back to Fandolin before we do anything like that.
Yep. Agreed.
But get everybody back in their marching trail and just kind of keep going.
All right, so um, I'm looking for. It doesn't exist. Okay, never mind then. All right, so as you head back into town, you are coming from the west. Here is the map. Again, this is something you may want to hotkey if you want.
Yeah.
Oh, I already have that.
But you're coming from you can see there on the Miners Trail.
Yep.
That's where you're heading up. And let me check a couple things. So, where would you like to go first? It's by the time we get here, it's about 11:30, 11:15, just before noon. In the
Okay.
overall scheme of things.
I think we should probably go to Harbinder's house first. Harbinder is the town master here, kind of runs everything and is the guy who makes all of the important decisions. So I think we should definitely maybe stop by his place, let him know that the dragon has been very close to everyone. Maybe let the town know about that, and then try and see if maybe he can point us in the right direction to getting some kind of militia together to go try to get the dragon. But I think that's a good stop first, and then eventually on to our shambles of a house. Of a manor, that is.
Here's another picture of Fandolin. You can see Tressendor Manor off in the distance.
Yeah.
Got fast. Up on the hill. I like it.
Yeah. So I think that would be important to kind of go to talk to Harbin. And on the way, because we're going to have about an hour until we get there, Scrambles is going to talk to Gowden about how he feels about potentially using the manor as a kind of makeshift adventurers guild / hall. I think there could be some money in that, and I think Fandolin doesn't have one yet, so we're the only adventurers in the town. Might as well set ourselves up as the Adventurers Guild and Hall, when we get it all fixed up and everything, what do you think about renting out room to the other adventurers and have them put the adventuring tax billboard and sign in front of our place rather than the middle of the town, and people could come to us for advice or get their armor fixed by our blacksmith or buy potions from my super hot girlfriend? What do you think about it?
Good idea.
All right.
All
Then
for it.
it's settled.
Yeah. So Harbin Wester is the
Is he
name
the mayor?
of the. He's the town master,
Okay.
and so that is his. In the middle of the town there's the town master's hall. Just outside that
His home.
is the board, notice board, job board, whatever you want to call it,
Hmm.
with the um, various jobs and
Tasks.
such that you guys have been using to find places, things to do. And when you finish it, you then bring it into him, and then he pays you.
Is us. Yeah.
And then, but you're familiar with the other big main areas, Barthen's Provisions, Fandolin's Miners Exchange. You've gone to both of those for supplies. The Shrine of Luck you guys have been to, the Stone Hill Inn, and there's another one. Oh, it's not on this map. That's weird. There's a anyway, and then the one place you haven't spent a lot of time in is the Lion Shield Coster, but you've been through to most all of these other named locations that are on here.
What even is a lion shield coster? What's a coster? Does he accost us, or what does that even mean?
So, I'll just presume that at some point somebody asked that question to anybody around the town.
Okay.
It is a merchant company. It's based in the city of Yartar, which is to the east, about give or take 100 miles. And they ship goods to Fandolin and other small settlements throughout the area, and they have little
Oh, okay.
places set up throughout things.
Were they the ones who had their wagons attacked way back in this campaign?
That was Barthen's Provisions.
Oh, that wasn't them. Okay. Well, never mind then. There's no reason we should know what they are then.
Yeah. Actually, I take that back. In the where the goblins were.
Yes.
There were some goods from the Lion Shield Coster and Barthen's Provisions. Both had
Perfect.
stuff there. So yes, you guys would know of them to some
Okay.
extent. Yes.
Excellent. Cool. Yeah, it's the only place that we really haven't stopped into to hang out, so
Right,
okay.
You haven't talked to anybody you don't know. You haven't met.
Yeah.
I mean, it's implied, but also, mine's from blank. The guy you helped out, he also took care of a lot of that stuff too. So
Yeah.
may
Because
have.
we've rescued several people who are like loggers outside of town. We rescued Harbinder's brother, and we've done a bunch of stuff around town. Just I don't think we've ever specifically had a task for them. So, okay.
No, not for them. And you rescued a couple merchants down below and a bugbear down below.
Yeah.
Tessendor Manor. So
Cool.
All right.
all right. So you said you're heading to the town master's hall.
Yes, to meet with Harbinger to just give him a heads up about the dragon first off, and then run my idea by him to see what he says. Let him know that that's our intention with the manor. See if he's okay with it. And what he thinks. Cree, that's the guy who is the blacksmith to
Right.
Reno. It is Cree. That's right.
All right. So you see, there's a bell tower at in the town master's hall. Typical wooden roof, and the job board, as I mentioned before. As you walk up there, And alright, so give me just a moment. I want to. I got a lot of new stuff. Um, alright, let me check one of the place. I mean. Alright, so we'll go ahead and we'll play this out while I'm looking. Um, so as you come in, you see the it's like somewhat like an office. You've got a place for a secretary. You've never seen a secretary there, but there is a desk there, and there's like a couch and several chairs for about 6 to 8 people where they can wait in the front room. There's little tables for drinks and things. None of that is in use right now. And you see there's a back door, back room that's walled off. The door is open right now. And as you come in, you hear, just a minute, and be right there. And you hear some scuffling, and then he comes, Harbin comes walking up. Well, if it isn't the Fandolin heroes, how are you today?
A little peakish. Nothing some rest won't heal.
Yeah, a little bit worse for wear today, but once we get home, back to the manor, everything should clear up, be a little bit better. I did want to talk to you, though, Harbinger, about some pressing matters. Do you have somewhere, maybe an office or something we can go a little bit more private?
And he sort of looks around and says, well, sure, come on in.
Aw,
And
thank you.
he walks back. The the help is gone today, but I'm sure I can rustle up some. We got water, and I think I've got some mead floating around here somewhere.
Oh, that's fine. Thank you for the offer, but this should be a pretty quick talk. We have a lot of things to take care of. We just wanted to let you know without scaring everybody else off. On the way back here to Fandolin this time, we ended up running into that dragon. It's about an hour outside of town, or it was at least. So I just wanted to let you know about it and make sure that you're keeping an eye out for it.
You say that the Dragon's Cave is about an hour? I thought it was up in the mountains.
Oh no, the cave is up in the mountains. The dragon itself was actually just recently flying around out there. I don't know if you have anybody. When we came in, we didn't really see any farmers or anybody out that we needed to worry over it, but he was out there recently, so just may
Okay.
want to keep a head up
Sure,
and
sure. Well, yeah, well, he's flown over. She, I'm not sure what it is, but it's flown over. Um, at least, of course, you never really know who to believe, but if you were to believe every time somebody said they saw the dragon, it's like it's living next door to us. But I know I myself have seen him at least once
okay.
in the last couple of weeks. But it's been getting a little bit more and more prevalent. People are starting to talk. We're really glad we're able to go to Axholm if we need to. But I thought you were. Weren't you guys looking to find some kind of sword to kill the thing?
Yes, and we've got it as well. So that brought me to my next question. Do you know of anybody who might be able to help us take care of the dragon? I mean, we have the 5 of us, and we're pretty formidable alone. But A dragon's a big task. It'd be nice if we could get a couple of people who might be willing to come up and help.
Oh well. Well. My bad hip and all. It's not really a whole lot I can do here. Their lion shield coster might have some mercenaries they might know of, but here in Fandolin we're mostly just farmers and the handful of people that live here in town. I'm not sure how much help we will be able to give you.
Okay, no, totally understandable. Thanks for the heads up about the lion shield and not having anybody here to help. That brings up my last question, last thing I wanted to bug you about, and then I'll go ahead and let Godden at you. But I was thinking, once we get the manor up and rebuilt, would you mind if we made it into kind of an adventurers hall? And we could move the billboard up there, and we could have adventurers meet there as like a headquarters and kind of take care of that task for you. Leave you more to the day-to-day town stuff, and any adventurers passing through, you could just point them up to us, and we would help them out and make sure that they're taking care of the town. Would that be all right with you? I don't want to step on
Sure.
your toes.
Once you get it all up and running the way you want, we can sit down and come up with a plan like we do with the Stone Hall Inn, and the modest fee, and I don't see any reason why not. Bringing people in will help everyone in town.
Exactly, that's what I was thinking. Plus, if we ever had something like this happen in the future, Rakdos forbid, we'd be able to find some people to scrounge up. So hopefully we can get that going. And that was all I really had. I didn't have anything else for you. So, Godden, did you have anything you wanted to talk to Harbinger about? And
Just, do you think there would be any objection to adding a shrine to Sylvanus to this lovely little town?
I don't know that. You know, we're still in the process of trying to rebuild. I'm not sure that we would have a whole lot of funds available to do that type of thing. But
No, I'm not. I'm not
some
looking for you guys to
land.
build it for me. Yeah, yeah, I can handle the building of it myself. It's Sylvanus's temples are not ornate; they're designed to be kind of formed into nature anyway. So I can, but I just want to make sure there wasn't anybody here that would be in direct opposition to the goddess of the woods.
Oh no, not at all. I think, especially a lot of the farmers, um, you know, always, especially come springtime, throw up a couple prayer or two towards Sylvanus to help with the crops and such. So I don't know how profitable it would be, but yeah, you're welcome to give it a shot if you'd like. There's some area that we were looking at. Haven't really nailed down what we're going to do with it yet, and that would be over there, sort of to the northeast of the Lion's Shield Coster. And he sort of walks over toward the front office there where the windows are, and points across the market square.
Mm.
Yeah. That general area.
Okay.
Says, if you'd like, you can, or maybe if you want to making it more not as personal. If you're looking at just a general place of worship, maybe talk to Timora there, the Luck Shrine. Maybe they can get together and do a combination thing. I don't know how these religion things work, but yeah, if that won't work for you, then look around and come back and let me know what your proposal is, and we can talk.
Very good.
All right. Well, hey, I appreciate your time and meeting with us so quickly. Sorry to kind of take over your day, but we're gonna let you get back to it, and we're gonna head up to the manor, hang out there for a little bit, and we'll get with you before we leave to go see what that dragon's about.
Okay, okay. Well, don't let little old me stop you. You know, if you need to head on out quickly, then you do what you need to do.
Absolutely, no problem. Thanks, Harbinger. It was a pleasure speaking with you as always. Good day. And Scrambles will take off. Well, not take off, but he'll leave normally.
All right, and
Exit stage right.
if you guys want to go ahead and give me insight checks in the tower.
As an aside, this particular campaign is the only one where my dice tower stays where I put it. Every other campaign, I have to move it every single week. This one seems to come up and stays, which is very nice.
Excellent.
I don't know why.
I think my insight check went through.
Mine did. I don't see yours.
Yep, they went through. Yeah, so as far as you
Okay,
can
cool.
tell, there's nothing. I mean, he's never been. You never really understood why he was the town master. He's not a very charismatic man.
Yeah,
But
that's
your
for sure.
dealings with him, as far as you can tell, nothing's really changed. He was just seemed to be. If you mentioned people from the town or himself helping out with the dragon, he was definitely terrified of that concept.
Yeah,
Both of you could see that, but for the most part, uh, he seems on the up and up, and um, is much more at ease with the two of you than he was when you guys first met him.
yeah.
So everything seems to be good to go as far as that's concerned. And then, that's not there. All right. So where are you headed to now?
Now we're headed back to the manor, or at least that's where I'm gonna head to. I don't know
Mhm.
if Godden wants to build his shrine or not, but I'm headed back to the
No,
manor.
right now I need to rest.
Yeah, we need to lay down for a while,
All
hang out,
right.
take a long rest.
All right. So as you're start heading out to the east of town, um, Tressendor Manor is pretty hard to miss.
Yeah.
See.
It's on fire now.
Oh wait, no,
Terrifying.
that's the wrong
I
one.
was going to say, I hope
Uh,
that's not
Yeah.
the current.
I was like, hey, that's
What did you
giant.
do?
That's way bigger because there's a person down there looking at that crap. That's insane big, but it's also on fire. So
I'm okay with the size if we can just get rid of the fire.
yeah,
that's right. Yeah, so this is what it looked like last time you guys were there.
yep.
But as you're coming up the the street, you notice are either of you trained or proficient in survival?
No.
I am. I am. I have a gold star highlighted. I don't have 2 stars, but 1 gold star in survival.
Awesome. So there, so you see that there are a lot of tracks uh,
Oh,
going up toward the manor. Um,
okay. It's been
wagon
busy.
wheels and stuff like that. Um,
Good.
and it's only been a couple days, but
Yeah.
as you're coming up and around the corner, you see that there are looks like a staging area. Over, let me zoom in a little bit. Click. Boom. Come on. Try it again. Oh, I'm on the wrong one. Give me a second. Here it is. Click. Trying to use the chat one, and because I don't have a character, I don't have dice color, so I can't draw anything. Okay. Boink, boink. A little smaller. Boom. So this setup, it's like a staging area here, and you see lots of logs and several barrels set up over there, and you can hear some. You see, there's a large tent set up next to there, and you hear sounds of sawing and a couple people yelling commands here and there as you're walking up.
Awesome. Cool. That's great. So I'll turn to God and it looks like Cree and my girlfriend were able to get started on work. I'm glad to see progress is moving along.
Yes, very nice. Excuse me.
We'll keep walking up around.
Alright, and so as you come around the corner, you do see that there's a wagon or cart, depending on your definition of the term, but basically this large, flat, with sides, no top, with a couple donkeys in front of it, being filled with debris and rubble and stuff, and
Awesome.
one of the you see as you come up, you do see that there's a couple men sitting there. One of them they have a couple stools, and they're sort of talking, and then as they see you come up, they have crossbows. They're wearing studded leather, it looks like, and one of them, they stand up as they see you come up the walk, and then as you come around the corner, sorry, the one says, "Oh yeah, that's the one she told us about." So, and he calls out to the guy next to him, and he says, sort of steps forward towards you and nods. Welcome back, sir. Adabra is waiting for you. I think. And he sort of looks at the other guy. He's like, I think she's back toward the kitchens. The last I saw her, about an hour ago. Yeah, she's in back there in a manor.
Thank you very much. Hey, keep up the good work around here. I'm seeing some real progress. We appreciate it. When this is all done, you come back and see me if you need something to do with that crossbow.
Oh, well, thank you. And so they look a lot more attentive now as they're watching down the hill and stuff, making a concerted effort to look busy as you guys walk past. As you go in, you see that a lot of the debris is gone. You see there are a couple new support beams that have been added in the larger, the more destroyed sections.
Okay.
Cool.
Kind of keeping stuff up, keeping the roof over everyone's head. I like that. That's awesome. I'm gonna make my way back towards the kitchen, see if I can catch a Dabra.
There she is. So, it is a Dabra, not a Nabra. That's mistype there.
That's okay.
There we go. So Adabra sees you. She comes forward. You see she's a little bit more, a little out of breath. She's got dirt. She's a little dirtier than she normally sees. Than you've seen her before. Um, she's carrying. She's got a rag wrapped around her wrist, and she reach up with it and wipe the sweat away every once in a while. She walks towards you and says, I thought you were going to be a couple more days, but I appreciate the care package you sent. As you can see, I've already started putting the money that you sent to work. We've got a cartographer who's finishing up. Should be here. Should be finished by later today with the basic plans of what we've got. I didn't really know what else to do besides the roof, so I was able to send for a couple people to come and they did an assessment of the foundation and the load-bearing walls that are still standing, and for the most part, we're pretty solid. There, you can see there's just a couple that were added, but for the most part, as soon as we decide, you tell us what to do, we can either add another story, put a roof on it, whatever you want to do. We've got it ready to go, and there's going to be another crew coming with the down payment you sent us. They should be here. What day is today? Second or is this the third? They should be here by the 5th. It's coming from Neverwinter. There's a bunch of dwarves and kobolds. It's a strange crew, I know, but they've got really high reviews, and a lot of people seem to trust them.
Wow, this is excellent. This is beyond what I thought you guys would be doing. I figured you might have a little bit of the debris cleared out, but you've far exceeded my expectations. I really appreciate all of your help. And actually, I brought you something. I don't know if you'll be able to use it or not, but you know me. Anytime I kill something weird or run into something I don't see all the time, I think, maybe she could use it. So I reach out of my bag and I pull out my vial of that weird goo that I got from the tarantula that made everything deaf or sleepy. I don't remember which one it was.
Mm-hmm.
But I have a vial of crap that I took for her, and I have some mandibles and things like that, and I kind of bring her my dead animal parts like I normally do to see if she can eat any of it. And today, if you need it, that's, like I said, I think about you when I'm not here, so might as well bring it to you. And if you don't eat it, no problem. No skin off my back.
All right. As you're talking, you see Trix come scuttling out from the back where the kitchen is, and where it used to be, whatever. Comes running up and telepathically, "Hey, Master, how you doing? Great to see you. Glad you didn't die."
Me too, little buddy. I'm glad I didn't die either. Every day is not dying, just a little bit.
Nice.
Hey, were you here when the money came in? Apparently I sent some money home, and I'm slipping my mind. Were you there when that came in? Did anybody come talk to you guys, or and I
Are
look
you
up at
saying this
Adabra?
out loud, or are you saying this to Trix?
I'm just kneeling down to pet Trix, and I'm assuming Adabra's standing next to me because
Mm-hmm.
she didn't walk off. So I'll be talking to her and kind of petting Trix and feeding him any of the dead animal parts that she didn't take. Yeah, I got some stuff for you to eat and chew at it and throw at him some dead animal parts that she didn't take with her. Did who brought that by? Because I don't remember sending any money. If I'm being honest.
She tilts her head quizzically at you and uh, walks over toward. So you guys are in. Let me.
I have the manor that's destroyed in front of me right now,
Okay.
or the blueprint from above.
Let me get that. I closed wrong. I'm gonna have to share that again. Sorry, guys.
Okay, go ahead.
'Cause
I'll close out mine.
no, I'm the picture of Dabra. I wanted that
Ah,
on the stream while we're talking.
because
Um,
she's so pretty.
where is? There it is. Boink. All right. So we zoom in. All right. Boink. 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 Yeah. So right now, like I said, a lot of the debris has been cleared away. Um, a lot of the furniture is still there. Some of it is still usable. Some of it's not. Um, but and some of the lumber and some of the wooden pieces and things that can be salvaged and usable, they're being added to, the area where the lumber is. So there's big piles and things that could be reused for like flagstone floors or walls or whatever you guys want to do with them.
Cool.
And then what's destroyed and unusable has been put into the carts as you're talking and stuff. So right now you guys are in this room.
Okay.
Uh, as you've been talking, she walks over and quick through the other door and comes back out with this, carrying a small chest. Looks to be about 1.5 feet wide, and about 8 inches deep. Deep, and then maybe 4 inches thick. She sets it down, just lifts it up, and you see that there's still some gold in there. And she takes out a sheet of paper and says, "Yeah, this is the what you sent us. It was sent by a. It was delivered by this guy. He came by first, a few hours after you left. You said you were going to be running off with the centaurs, I think you said. But so I'll admit I was a little surprised that when this came. But yeah, that's what you sent.
I'm gonna look at the chest real quick. Is this anything that I've ever seen? This big?
No, it's nothing. It's nothing unique
Not like
about
in
it.
the
It's
pirate
like
ships or anything.
nope. It looks
I
like
don't
a
know.
pretty traditional wooden box that has a solid lock on it. There's a couple metal bands on it, so if someone were to break it, they would have to, do a lot, completely destroy it to open it, unless
Okay.
are opening.
I have to check if
So
it was magic. All right. Yeah, that is super strange.
so you look
I'm
at the
gonna.
letter and you see that it's
Yeah.
um, the handwriting is somewhat sloppy, and it's large print, but it's written in common, and it's Adabra, comma. Here's some money to start getting the manor rebuilt. Go ahead and start with the basic provisions and see if we can get a crew out here from Neverwinter. I trust that you'll make the right decisions. And then it's signed Scrambles.
Does it look like my signature?
No.
Okay.
not
No,
even
that's
sure
just
you have one.
weird.
I don't know.
Often you
Yeah,
need it.
yeah, I would just sign everything SD, Scrambles Death Dealer. SD would be mine. So if it says Scrambles, it's definitely not me. And if it was I was writing a letter to her, I would put smooches on there because I'm a romantic. So that's how I know it's not from me.
But as you're reading it, she says, "Yeah, there was 10,000 gold worth of platinum in there. So that's. Did you not want us to do this? Is this not from you?"
Well, I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't remember sending this at all. But I do get pretty drunk at times. But I think I would remember a big chest of platinum. So I think we should keep using it because heck, we already got it. But I
I
need to
was
just
there. I was there when we finished clearing out Dresner Manor, and you sent, her and Cree to do this. I do not recall serious funds being available to us at that time.
no.
So
We've
I don't know where that kind of money would have come from. However,
yeah,
I do know that this was definitely your intent.
yeah.
So whoever
Everything
sent this has
yeah,
your.
everything in this letter was what I was thinking of doing, and I know I had mentioned cleaning it up and just kind of getting the basics going, but I don't have this kind of money. Every kind of diamond penny I have goes to feeding my big belly and of course paying off the manor. I haven't even paid it off yet, so I don't know where this came from, but maybe it's me in the future. Maybe future me is sending me money. I don't know. But I'll try to see maybe if I can do some looking into it. Have somebody check it for like evil gold or something. I know that sounds weird, but maybe it's some type of possessed gold. Who knows? But if it's helping to get all this work going, I say we keep doing it. What do you think, Auden? You think we should keep spending it, or?
I think we spend every damn penny of it. However,
I agree.
I think your the possessed gold thing is somewhat comical. That's not one I've heard of before as a cleric, but yeah, I suppose anything's possible.
Oh, really? I met a pirate once. He was imprisoned, and he had some possessed gold. He was this whole. I would tell you about it, but it would take 2 to 3 hours, and it would take like 5 or 6 sessions to tell you the full story about this pirate I met once with possessed gold. So,
Okay.
but yeah, like maybe it's evil. I don't know, but it seems whoever sent this read my mind. Like I wanted everything that this letter says. If it was me, I would have put smooches on it because I like smooches and stuff. So I would have wrote smooches. So and my signature's just a big SD. I'm not one for fancy writing.
So Trix says, maybe they're tiny mimics, and this is their way of getting spread throughout Fandolin and Neverwinter.
Uh, that would be a very elaborate scheme. I'll grab
And
one of
still use and still very useful to us because nobody else would know until it's too late. So let's use the money, get this place fixed up, pay off the bet.
I'll grab one, put it down, and then take like a big rock or like the butt of my hammer, my axe or something, and smash it. Does it squeal and turn into a mimic?
Does not.
Okay, well I don't think they're mimics, scrambles, but excuse me, scream. Well, who was that? The rat
Tricks.
guy. Thank you. I don't think they're mimics tricks, but good thought. You can never be too careful with those things. They're very sneaky.
She says, "Well, I did order some more supplies for my shop, and
Perfect.
Cree was talking about trying to get a blacksmith set up and stuff, but I didn't want to spend that amount of money without at least talking to you first, because you don't say anything about the notes here. But this wasn't you, huh? This is odd."
Yeah, I agree. It's pretty strange, but I'm with God in here. Let's not look a gift horse in the mouth. And I say we take it and spend it to the best of our abilities. Plus, since I've been hanging out with Godden, I've seen some pretty weird stuff. I'm not going to go into too many details, but I'm pretty sure I got teleported to the beach. So maybe it's from Sylvanas. And,
Go ahead and give
I
me
don't know.
perception checks, both of you, in the just straight in the chat this time, just to be
Okay, one
different.
second. Gotta move my map and everything over. There it is. Perception. Perfect. Hey, that's not bad. 2117. We're not completely blind.
All right, so you hear what the hell, and you hear the crossbow go off, and he's like, "Did we ring the bell? Like, ring the bell, you idiot!" And you hear from the two guards that were out front. You hear a little like a cowbell, ding, dong, dong, ding, 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 ding.
Hmm.
Hmm.
Let's go look. I'll go check on that, and I'll kind of leave the gold chest with Godden, and then I'll get up and start walking towards the door.
All right, so as you're walking out, you can see the front doors there are open from the foyer. So as you're walking down the hall, you can see them, and you see one of them. Um, you can't see the other one what he's doing, but you can hear him ringing the bell, and just the one you can see is cocking the crossbow again. He's pointing up in the air and firing, and then cocks it again.
I'm gonna
As you're
walk over
moving up,
to him, and I'm gonna put my hand towards his crossbow and kind of grab it before he shoots again. What are you firing at? I'm gonna look up in the air to try and see if I can see what he's shooting at.
you can. It is a large beast that is has the head human of a lion and the
Aha!
head with
Yes.
the tail of a scorpion.
Perfect. This is what I wanted. So I'll yell out, "Stand down! Stand down!" And I'll walk out towards a more open area so that way the Manicore can see me, and I'll flag him down towards us.
All right, so he lands. A flurry of dust and leaves and debris and stuff as he lands. Says, "What is the meaning of this? You were not where your fires were."
Yes, I apologize. That was a little while ago. We were being attacked by the dragon, but we narrowly escaped with our lives. So, I thought we were doing combat then, which is why I hailed you. I apologize for the misnomer, the inconvenience there.
I came when you shut your fires, so we are resolved. We are done, yes?
Absolutely, you owe me no more. If you have time, I'd like to strike a new deal with you, but I understand if you are too busy.
So it sort of paces a little bit back and forth, tail twitching as it shakes its mane a little bit. What is this deal? I'm not normally one to make deals with your kind.
Absolutely, and we're trying to bridge some gaps here between you beasts and the rest of us, and we still need to take care of the dragon. We're gonna go after it in the next few days. I'd like you to come with us and help if you're still willing to. I don't have much, but whatever we find there, we'd be willing to split it with you.
So he continues pacing for a moment and says, "Yes." She continues to be a hassle. It would be good to be rid of her. Why do you think you can defeat her?
Well, we're pretty strong, and we've also got a secret weapon of sorts now, so I think we're more than ready to battle her.
We are the chosen ones.
We've also got more people since the last time you saw us, and now we have a mighty. Are you a owlbear, a bugbear, or what are you, God?
Bugbear.
Yeah, we have a mighty bugbear, and I've gained some experience in the meantime. Plus, like I said, we have a new weapon now to help us defeat the dragon. All we need is the manpower, because there's only 5 of us.
So it sits back on its haunches and sort of staring between the two of you. And its tail suddenly lashes out, and a couple of the spikes go flying off. It's not close to you, but it's makes you jump a bit as it then stands up and walks over and munches on a crow that it killed, and it says, "When are you leaving? Perhaps I can make a deal with the dragon if you lose."
Well, you could make a deal with the dragon, but the dragon is probably, as dragons do, sitting on a large pile of riches, and I don't think it's going to want to part with any of those. However, we, being modest adventurers, like I said, we would split it with you. So, if you think the dragon will split what it already has with you and doesn't really need it, then by all means, feel free to make a deal with the dragon. But we will give you our word. We will split it with you. You've been honest with us. We've been honest with you. So we plan to leave town in the next 5 days and head towards the dragon. We would love to see you there. We understand if you don't want to come. But it'd be extremely profitable. Plus, I mean, we could probably work something out with the town. See if we could get you a steady supply of goats or something like that. I know crows are delicious, but goat's better.
So the manticore sort of shakes its head and spits out some feathers, and just blood pours down its mouth a bit as it continues to chew for a moment. 5 days.
Yes, sir.
Arrange for a goat each morning till we leave to be here, and I will join you.
Definitely. I will see to it myself.
Jumps up and sort of flies toward the two guards who stumble back, and one of them tries to grab his crossbow and flies right over their heads and off around the corner of the manor and flies up and around.
I'm gonna turn and look at Garden. Well, I think that went pretty well. I don't know. It's really hard to get a read on these things.
Alright, give me just a second, I'll be right back.
Sure.
I think it went great.
Did we tell you the backstory of the Manicore
No.
thing?
Manticore is new to me.
So the Manicore was outside of the town with my girlfriend Abragata, because she used to live outside of the village in the middle of nowhere because she hates people. So
Okay.
the Manticore was attacking her when we approached it. We fought it and killed it, and then I brought it back to life by praying to Rakdos for it, and then I raised it. Yeah, I prayed and brought it back to life, and we were able to it was still severely wounded. So basically, we brought it back from the dead and then threatened to kill it unless it did us a favor. And it agreed to do us a favor. So I told it, hey, we're going to have to fight this big dragon. And of course, it knew about the dragon because the dragon's been eating everything that it normally eats. So I said, hey, it's in your best interest and our best interest if we kill this dragon. So what I'm going to do is I'll shoot a bunch of sparks up into the air with my thing, and then you come and help us. So that's what I was doing during the last fight. When the dragon came down, I started riding around shooting my flares off into the air because I was trying to get the Manicore's attention so it could come help us. But it was farther enough away to see our warnings, but we were already gone by the time it got there. So my new plan is hopefully when we go to fight this dragon, Manicore will show up, and even if it doesn't help us fight the dragon, even if it takes some of the dragon's distraction, that would be my goal. Keep it away from us and help us kill the dragon. So far he's done what we asked it to do, and it's done what we asked it to do. So
Right.
it seems to be semi-intelligent, intelligent enough to know how to make deals.
Makes sense.
I don't know its name. Never asked its name. I don't think it doesn't really talk to us very much. So, and it's a Manicore, so they're not typically super good creatures. I just know that it's got the basic necessity. It's got to eat somewhere and it's got to sleep somewhere. So I'm appealing to its greedy nature.
That, like the orcs, it had been driven from its normal hunting grounds by the dragon.
Yeah. And we have a common enemy, so. That being said, I'm going to go down and go back up to the porch to one of the guys with the crossbows and say, hey, I need you to go into town and get a goat. Get a goat for me right away. And I don't know how much a goat normally costs, but I'm going to give the guy, I don't know, 10 gold. Does a goat cost 10 gold? What's a goat cost? Would I know that?
No, yeah, you would know a goat does not cost anywhere close to that.
I would assume it wouldn't cost anywhere close to that, but I personally, I don't know.
Let's see if they're in. So, for example, a draft horse is 50 gold. So
wow.
a goat would probably cost you
A
1 or
couple
2
copper.
gold at the most.
Okay. Cool. Well, I'm gonna send him. I'm gonna give him a gold. Hey, this is for your trouble. And then what I'd like you to do is I'd like you to go into town, and I'll give him another 10 gold because I have lots of gold. So I will take it out of my thing.
Okay.
I'm gonna take 11 gold out of my inventory and see if he will go into town and wrangle us up. Make a deal for the whoever any local farmer who has goats that he might know of to bring us a goat every evening. So starting tonight, please bring us a goat this evening for the next 5 days, and it's paramount that the goat gets here each evening. It is very important. That's why I'm paying so much for the goats. So I'll give him, if it's 5 times 2, it'd be 10. I'll give him 15 gold, which would be three gold a goat, and then I'll give him 1. So it'll be a total of 16 gold pieces. I'll give him a gold to bring the message to the farmer or whoever he's going to buy the goats from, and then make sure he pays the farmer handsomely for the goats so they know the importance. Let him know also if they see the Manicore, not to shoot it down. He's here for the goats. He'll be up at the manor, and then he'll be leaving.
All right. So go ahead and give me another. Both of you can give me another insight check. You can just throw it in the chat for now. Yeah. So scrambles, you're just thinking about the goats and what you want to do. God, and you can definitely tell these two are now almost in awe of the two of you, especially Scrambles. Now that knowing that you have a manticore as a friend who talks to you and stuff. They are uh, not necessarily terrified, but just awestruck that this is they get to work for such an amazing creature. So he says, "Oh, okay, sure, yeah, I'll do that. One goat every night for the next 5 nights. Uh, just the 5 nights, or is this something that's going to keep going on, or just
No. For now, just the 5 nights, but like I said, it's important that they bring the goat up to us the night before so we have it for the morning. Because if not, that Manicore is going to come back for somebody in the town, or maybe it won't come back at all. Who knows? But we need him. So I'm trusting you with this. I'm sorry, I didn't get your name, or I don't remember your name. I apologize. The guy with the crossbow.
my name is Ralt."
Okay. All right. Well, hey, thank you once again for doing this for me. Like I said, when this whole thing gets done, I might have a job for you here.
Okay, okay. I'll go right away. And he starts
Takes off.
trotting down. Gets about
Perfect.
50 feet away and then stops running and just walking really fast.
Okay, good enough. As long as he's going, I don't care.
Um,
So,
and you see he's counting the coins as he's walking, putting them in his bag as he keeps counting them. All right, so you guys going downstairs to rest? You gonna go to the
Yeah.
inn? Where do you want to rest?
Rest
No.
for me.
I'll rest at the manor just because I like being there. I'll pull up whatever dirty, broken piece of furniture I can find and drag it into the center, set it down, and kind of stare up at the dragon head that I mounted in the entryway last time I was here, and admire my own handiwork. Maybe doze off for a nap or something while they're kind of working around me. I'm pretty sure I'm not necessarily in the military, but I have that mindset where as long as I'm safe, I can pretty much sleep wherever. So,
Okay. Now you guys
kind of
have
lay
spent a
back.
couple nights down below, as there were barracks and stuff that
Yeah.
were used by the Red Cloaks. So there are actual beds. They may not be the most comfortable. The inn is definitely more comfortable, but
Yeah.
there are actual beds and things. But that's fine. Godden, where are you gonna rest?
I'll pick a barracks, whatever's closest. I gotta sleep off the wounds from whatever it was I was wounded from.
Probably dragons or spiders.
Probably dragon. Yeah, it could have. Well, I think I was hit by the spider early on.
Could have been either
before I
one.
left. Or both. Who knows?
And you can look at the if we go to images as players under campaign, you can then type in Tres Tres, and then you'll see you have access to the manor basement, the manor rebuild, which we haven't really talked about yet. But the basement there can remind you of what's there and whatnot. So there's a couple different places that have beds. Where one was where the bugbears and the goblin was sleeping. The other is where the humans were sleeping, and then there's where the mage was. But Adabra sleeps there and took over that. The Nothic is still there. If you
Awesome. Grimmy or creepy?
creepy,
Creepy. Yeah.
yep, he's still around. If you're
I'll go down, say hi to Creepy. Let him read my mind a little bit. I know how much he likes that. See if I can find something dead to bring him. He likes being creepy. He enjoys it. So I'll let him do that and act like I'm gonna fall in the hole a little bit, but then not fall in the hole because I know how much he likes people falling in the hole. Just give him a good time.
okay. All right, so I'll go ahead and push a long rest. Long rest. All right. So, Godin, if you want to change your spells, can. The rest of the night passes uneventfully. The goat does show up just shortly after sunset. There's
Perfect.
a couple boys. They look. You can tell that they're brothers um, from the similar facial structures and stuff. One looks to be about 10. The other looks to be about 12 or 13. And as they lead the goat up, um, there's Ralt and the other guard are replaced. And we recognize Ralt from down in the city, Vandalin.
Cool.
So he, the two of them start heading back toward the city as the two new people are set up. They're mostly where all the goods are set up, the lumber and the barrels and things. And so if you want any other questions or things that you have, basically she wants to know how soon you want to continue this. She did order the crew, so the crew will be here and they can pretty much start on the 5th.
Sweet.
So she just wants to know where you want to go. The cartographer is done, so he shows you. He's got a larger, almost like a poster size, probably 3 feet by 2 feet diagram. And then he's also got a second one of the hill itself. So, pretty much what you see here on the, if you zoom out on the Tressendor Manor picture, that's, he has that drawn out as well with the embankment and the road leading up. So you have both an aerial view and then a more detailed view of the way the load-bearing walls are, where they are set up and such, and it indicates where the walls used to be with dotted lines and stuff like that. So it's pretty well done, pretty well drafted, and he says that he'll be able to finish probably taking 2 days to do the basement.
Okay. I want to discuss with him the remodel. Let him know that our intention is to have an area with living quarters upstairs on the 2nd story, and then the downstairs be more of like a kitchen and a common area with like a little bar, kind of like what you showed me in the other picture. I want to try to. Scrambles wants to envision something that looks like that and communicate that to him and say, hey, this is kind of what I'm looking for. Do you have anybody who might be able to do that, or what do you think it would cost for us to make this happen? I'm kind of describing things loosely because Scrambles is not an architect by any means, but he's like, oh, when you walk in, there's like a big open area, and then there's like a set of stairs, and when you go upstairs, there's a bunch of bedrooms for all of us to sleep in, plus a couple of passerbys, so it's got to have at least 5 or 6 bedrooms upstairs, and then the downstairs will be kind of a hangout area with a big fireplace and a kitchen in the back for maybe like a chef or something, and maybe a bar where we get somebody to serve drinks, little meeting area.
Well, I make maps of what's already here. I know engineer. I don't know the specifics, as to what wood goes where or what stone goes where, but I can make map if you want of what here but not here. Different. You want hotel? I can make pretend map, but no guarantee that it not fall down when you build.
Oh, okay.
Because I not know how to build. I'm not an engineer. I just
Good call. Me either. I'm with you.
map maker. I
Me
see
either.
and I draw.
Well,
I'm willing to try.
what if you sent a map maker back when you get back to Winterfell or with the other crew, could you call for one or?
An engineer?
Yeah, an engineer. I assume that you're going back because you don't need to be here for any of the construction. So could you send an engineer back over here to talk with Adabra?
So, presuming Adabra's in the area, she says, "Oh, that's part of the crew. We've got one of them coming with the rest of the crew.
Ah,
We gotta know, you gotta have one in order to make the plans, you know."
look at you. So much smarter than me. I don't know I don't know anything about this stuff. All I do is kill big scary things. So hey, thank you for thinking about that ahead of time. And I guess I'll sit down and talk with you because you're gonna be the one here. So I appreciate that, and I'll kind of shake the map guy's hand, and I'll go over to Adabra and I'll kind of lay out the plan for the future moving forward. Is to have a little area where she will, of course, have her own space away from everybody. She's not going to be required to cook or clean anything for anybody else. She'll have her own little corner of the house where she can make her own potions, and of course, if she wanted to, she could sell them to people passing by and things like that. But yeah, my goal would be same thing with God and catch her up on everything. Let her know what we're trying to do here. See if she's interested in that, and then of course she could pretty much design the rebuild however she wants as long as it meets those basic functions. I don't really care what it looks like. It's gonna be somewhere I sleep, so
Right.
Okay. Interesting. So yeah, so you guys are able to talk and discuss what you want to do. She seems fine with that. Um, she asks if you would go with her on a walk.
yeah. I mean, I'm not doing anything. I could do that. Sure.
So, metagaming a bit, she's going to tell you some things. Do you want Godin to hear them? Or are you going to tell him later? Or do you want me to pull you to the side?
Anything that has to do with the manor itself, like the business aspects of it, of course, I'm gonna relay all that to God and let him know. Any of her like thoughts and any personal stuff, it's gonna be kept to scrambles. But anything that has to do with helping the manor rebuild the manor, running things, her role, long goal, if she wants to stay or go, that'll all be stuff I'll tell Godin. But if it's personal stuff, I don't want to tell him.
Alright, so she leads you down uh, the walkway and then around the base of the bottom embankment toward the woods.
Cool.
As you guys are talking.
Cool.
Alright, can you hear me?
I can hear you.
And so she basically explains that, you know, you say you didn't send that money, but it really did have an effect. I wasn't sure what you were up to. You know, let's be honest. Your group isn't exactly the most common adventure group, and I wasn't sure how far to trust you, even though you've done nothing but help me out. And when I got that down payment stuff for the manor, it pretty much sealed the deal. And I thought I ought to let you know the truth. The woman you see in front of you, that's not really me. When I came from Neverwinter, I decided to take on this visage because I was just tired of all the attention and all the harassment. When I look like this, nobody bothers me. I get to build my potions, and no one needs them, and everybody just leaves me alone. Um, you're a great friend, and that's all you'll ever be. But I did want to let you know." And you see that she reaches for your hand and puts your hand up to her face, where the burn marks are and the scars and the pocks and the things are.
Yeah,
And you don't
all the
feel
grossness.
any of that. No, that is not there at all. That is not what you feel.
Mm.
And as she lets go of your hand, she takes a step back, and I don't have a way of showing this on stream. But did you get a picture?
I don't know.
Okay,
Is it?
again?
Oh yeah.
Okay.
Oh, awesome.
So she steps back, and it just sort of melts away, and you see this long, flowing white hair, and she's still a mature woman.
Yeah.
The age is looks to be similar, but probably 10, 15 years younger. You would guess you don't know humans very well, but you would guess 30s, 40s. She's no girl, but
Yeah.
she's definitely not what you
Old
normally
hag.
see. And she says, "I just wanted you to know, if you ever want some company, I'm up for that, but I'm not up for a relationship. I don't want that. That's not what I'm looking for. I'll be glad to be your friend, and I thank you for what you've done." And then she reverts back.
Wow. Well, I I like both looks, so I appreciate you being so honest with me. And honestly, look at me. I'm a big hairy bull thing, so I appreciate that you're willing to be familiar with me every once in a while. So hey, I get it. Being just friends is fine with me too. Nothing wrong with that. I'll still probably bring you stuff just because it's kind of how I am. I try to keep the people around me happy. So don't take that as anything serious. It's just how I am. So I hear you loud and clear, and I appreciate you being so honest, and of course helping out with the manor. You're super useful around here when I'm not. So thanks for taking care of it with Cree.
And there it is. So there's the picture on stream. What we were talking about. All right, I'm going to throw you back in the link. She leads you back up. All right. So you said you wanted to spend 5 days.
I thought it would take like 5 days to kind of get everything
Is there,
together and
okay. Is there
no, it
anything
wouldn't be
either
so
of you
fast
wanted to do in
to do
particular?
it.
Um, we'll start with the next day. Was there anything you guys were looking to do? It is now the 4th because you guys took a long rest.
Make sure that the goat situation is good when the Manticore comes. I'll have the goat out on a post in the middle of the area where we met him the first time, kind of nailed down to a big post so he can clearly see it from the air. He knows it's there. And the who I don't remember who it was. Somebody, Harbinger had told us about going to the Lions Guild or whatever that place was called. So I think that would be after he gets the goat in the morning.
Lion Shield Coster.
Yeah, the Coster. Go to Lion Shield Coster after the Manicore comes by. Kind of give him a tilt of the hat gesture, and then head towards the Coster with Godden if he wants to see me out there.
All right.
Sure.
Oh, before we
The
go,
only other thing,
I want to check that gold. The platinum in that treasure chest.
Check it for what?
Well, I just want to know how much there is and kind of get a better grips on it. See if investigate the box, me and Godden, because now that she's not standing next to us, I want to check with Godden and just kind of look it over. Hey, do you remember making a deal with anybody, or because I don't even know where this would start to come from?
nope, me either. I will. I will. We can take a look at it. See if there are any symbols or anything on it. Might indicate some sort of
Yeah, so maybe
religious
like
stuff.
Sylvana or like any Rakdos symbols anywhere on it. Just kind of want to look at it another second and then I want to take some of it to see if we can use some of that money to buy some people from the Coster if possible.
Alright, so both of you go ahead and give me investigation checks. In the tower?
Mine is going to be kind of specifically around if I see any symbols that are religious, because I don't really have any expertise in investigation other than religious background.
I don't even have that. What
But I
about
have
performance?
like 0.
If I do like a cool cartwheel in front of the box, will it tell me more about it? I would like to use my intimidation to scare the box into sharing its knowledge with me.
I know.
Shout out all the gold.
Alright, so
Still not convinced it's not mimics.
I've got nothing.
there's nothing unique about this gold. It looks like sort of what you would expect from like a shop, in that it's not all the same mint.
It's not like freshly minted either. This
Correct.
is older. Okay, used.
Some of it's newer, some of it's older. Some of them even is a little bent or chipped, but like I said, it's majority of it is from the Neverwinter press, but there are some that aren't. But there's nothing in particular that screams that it's out of the ordinary. It's you pull out platinum that you have, and it's pretty much the same. There doesn't seem to be any kind of special symbols if you empty the box and look at the box itself. There's not felt lined or anything else that could be hidden. As you can tell, you can see the wood right there from the inside, so there's not any kind of hidden compartments. There doesn't seem to be any kind of symbols. We'll say Jackson appears for a second and does his little detect magic
check. Yep.
And there's no magic. It's not magical. It's just well locked, and the key was carried by the courier.
So strange.
And so she has the key to it.
Okay.
Right.
Yeah, I guess. I don't know. I want to take 4 or 5 platinum each, just so we can have money to buy stuff we might need in town for this dragon quest we're going on, and try and hire
Sure.
some people.
That
Is
works.
that reasonable? Take what, 10 platinum
Yes,
total?
it's good. 100 gold, give or take. So yeah.
Because I want to
So-
hire men to fight a dragon, so
what are
that's
your
not
backgrounds?
cheap. Where's that? Is that in your main page, or where's your
Yes,
background?
main page.
Notes?
I'm a Rakdos cultist.
Oh,
Okay.
literal background acolyte for me.
Acolyte. Okay. Both of you give me percentiles.
Right.
What? Did I just get something below a 50?
No, 29 is good. I was like, yeah, I got 59. I'm gonna use my my inspiration, because is this important? Is this inspiration worthy?
No.
That's only half
got
one
low
left.
enough to where he's gonna get.
I will not worry about it then. I'll save my inspiration for another day. Or another thing. Also, just thinking back, because I don't know if maybe this is something that we didn't pick up as players and there's some clue that we're missing here, but I know a million years ago in this campaign, we had Grimmy, who legitimately was like this little goblin thing, and we put him in charge of the goblin cave. There's no way that this is Grimmy sent me money with a note to my girlfriend, right? Scrambles in the back of his brain, like scratching around, like who could have possibly know
Did-
about
Did
this?
he know? Did he know about Adabra when you?
I don't think so, and he for sure wouldn't know about the manor and all of the repairs and everything. But
Correct. Yeah,
maybe,
he was in Phandalin for
Too
like
far. Too
one
old.
night,
yeah,
and then-
he was in Phandalin like overnight, but we didn't have the manor at
and
all
then
at
you
that
guys
point.
Went back after
Yeah.
you dropped off the wagon. You went back to.
Yep.
and you rescued
Scrambles
the
is just
dude and
itching
stuff.
his brain to see if there's anything that as the player, as Honey Badger, because I can't even think who would have sent this to me. So I'm using scrambles in game to kind of itch his brain to think, did I miss anything? Is there any specific
Well,
persons that maybe that guy up in
it
wheelchair
also
support
seems
or the
seems
miners
to me to
or
be a little odd that one person would be traveling with this insane amount of money by
yes,
himself. So
yeah,
it would either this person is really confident in their
ability to not get
ability to
trapped.
handle things,
Yeah,
or there was a larger group and he just delivered at the end of the trip, and then which she didn't see everybody that he had with him.
yeah.
But it is unique.
I just want to make sure that I'm asking all of the right player questions, so that way I don't do the classic. Oh, there's a door over there, and nobody ever goes to look through the doorway. So
Right, and that's
I think we beat this
as
horse
a
pretty good.
DM, I
okay,
typically, wouldn't. I mean, it's one thing if you forget to not search something, and even then,
yeah,
I'll usually try to give you. Did you want to do anything with the body before you leave? That type of
yeah,
thing. Um,
Yeah.
sure,
Yeah.
and if it's a
Before
character
you
thing,
do, there are 3 other doors in this room before you leave. Just want
yeah,
you to know. Yes, I got you.
and I'll even have characters like with riddles and things. I usually don't rely on the player to figure that crap out. I usually have the characters be able to roll stuff like that.
exactly.
So it's not like later on I'm gonna say, "Well, you didn't ask about the
Exactly.
phase of the moon, so you didn't. I didn't say
I'm like,
anything." No,
it's not my birthday because I checked the calendar to see if it was my birthday. And
But
I was like, there's
I
no
think we
way.
can. I think we can rule out Sylvanus or Rakdos' involvement
There's no
directly
way it's
because
Rakdos.
they would have taken credit.
Oh,
There
and
would be a symbol.
I currently owe Rakdos right around 25 people still. So I have a little chart of how many people I owe Rakdos. So
Well, there you go.
him
But
and I are not on
Sylvanus
great
is always
terms.
good about sticking a symbol somewhere near anything she does, so that
Yeah,
we know. Just like when we were transported to the beach right before that, I had a little symbol of
a little acorn or
a
whatever. Yeah.
acorn leaf, and as soon as I touched it, boom, we're transported. So yeah, there's always a sign that
Just want
she's
to make sure
involved.
we're not the idiot D&D group who is not seeing the obvious blinking light sign, or maybe you have some special hidden meaning behind something that I'm not picking up on. So,
No,
all
I
right,
think
well,
we're
since
good.
we've already beat that horse, that's all I wanted to do.
The only other thing I'm interested in doing at some point today is
Sure.
when the Utes drop off the goat.
Okay.
I'm gonna invite them if they want to. They have permission to come back in the morning and watch the show from a safe spot. A little bit over off if they want to see a
Yeah.
manticore.
Get that rumor going. We have a manicore
Um,
that we feed each morning. Spread that
yes,
around the village for sure.
because and it would give them a little notoriety too. They were invited by the heroes to do their thing.
Yeah.
To participate in a small way.
They're
so
important.
the
They
only
might take
thing
their
that you
job more
haven't
seriously.
mentioned that you don't think off the top of your head that it would have anything to do with anything is Sildar. He's the only one.
Just what?
Sildar is the person that they rescued from the. They originally had come here to help uh, to, to bring goods from Neverwinter to the
Is it the guy with the mine that we gave him back the mine? The the black guy with the whip
no,
in the caves, or is that a different guy?
in the
I do.
caves, yes, but he wasn't. What the hell is Fenelon? Right, so um, Barthen's provisions. You were bringing the weapons to Barthen's provisions, and then you went back to Godin. I mean, the little
Harbin.
goblins, the little goblins
Yeah.
cave, and cleared that out, and he rescued Sildar. He was
Mhm.
being held captive
Mm.
there, but he's
And is he
helped you
in
out a
town,
little
or
bit. He lives there, but he was.
He doesn't have chest full of money.
And
well,
can't
maybe he
think of
came
any
upon
reason.
some money.
Can't think of any reason why he would claim to be you.
Yeah.
You're
Or
not sure
would
that
he
he
know
was
anything
in.
about your girlfriend? Yeah, I
Well,
mean,
yes, everybody knows about Adabra. She is the only person who makes potions in the town, and she lived by herself out of town. And actually, that was one of the things they wanted her here so she wouldn't be killed by the dragon. And when they went to go try to convince her to come into town, that's when they saw the Manticore was attacking her, and so
okay.
they actually rescued her from the Manticore convinced her to come into town. So she had been staying in the inn for a little while, and then the Stonehall Inn, and then until
So it's common knowledge that
Scrambles.
she's Scramble's girlfriend.
No.
But
It's common knowledge that well, it's actually not common knowledge. Anybody in our close party knows that I've been hitting on her
Well, that's what I'm
relentlessly.
saying. Would Sildar have known that at the time
No.
that you helped him? Okay, so
Nope. She
Again,
lives at our manor.
doesn't
Most
make-
of the people in town.
it
she
just
doesn't
doesn't make a
really
lot
like
of sense.
people. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, who knows?
But as players, that's really the only notable NPC you didn't mention. The guy out in the hunting lodge.
Yeah, the falcon guy.
Wouldn't be anywhere close to this. So
Yeah,
that's pretty much
that's
the
how
only
I
one
was
in
like,
town that you hadn't talked about.
Well, we're going to town anyway. We could stop by and see Sildar. Might as well.
ask him if he wants to come. Why not? He probably won't. Most of the people in this town aren't adventurers, so I don't think they're going to want to come with us, Gowden. But
We did save his life. He might be beholden in his mind.
plus, we got a little bit of gold in our pockets, so it motivates me. I'm sure it'll motivate those town people.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So, yeah, we'll hit the town then.
Speaking of the town, where do you want to go in town? I'm going to share this again because I can share it to my camera now. There we go. All right. There's the town, people. Where did you want to go first? If there's stuff that you just want to buy or stuff like that, we can pretty much hand wave that. But if there's anybody you want to talk to,
We were here mainly for the to drop by the. Hang on a second. Let me zip back over here.
The Lion Shed costume.
Yes.
That's where we want to head
so the Lion
first.
Shield Coster, you get there and you see it's a decent sized trading post, easily as large as Barthen's Provisions, but they do different things, and you see that there's a hanging sign with a lion painted on it on a shield.
Wow, that's pretty cool. I'm gonna walk in, look around, see if there's like a front desk. Or like
Something just occurred to me. Scrambles.
What's that, Gordon?
Is it possible that your shadow, your little thing that you can do to imitate yourself when in battle, that it became sentient
Really?
and decided to send something to your girlfriend on his own?
I don't think so. I've never heard of that. That's
Me either.
terrifying. That's a terrifying idea, but I don't think so. To my knowledge, it just does what I tell it to do, and honestly, it can't get out of a 30-foot radius of me, or it just poofs away. So, but that's a terrifying idea. So hopefully not, because I don't even know how I would start to deal with that. Plus, we haven't really come up against any magic casters that bent magic like that, so mainly just a bunch of stupid orcs and things, so God, I hope that's not it. Now it's gonna eat Scrambles away now. Now he's gonna spend a considerable amount of time thinking about that in his free time now. Is it
As
possible?
God walks past him, grinning evilly.
Yeah. I'm gonna kind of step out of the way and let Godden go into the door first. Scratch my head.
I hope you sleep well tonight.
Alright, so you see that there's a one person's clearly a customer. After watching her for a moment, she's looking around at different stuff, and you see that there's another woman, looks to be about 30, 35, and again, neither one of you are as good with human ages and stuff as you would be, but you're guessing she's 30, 40, not really sure. And it's clear that she has a half apron on and trousers underneath her shorter skirt, and she's her hair is slightly tousled as she's moving things around and arranging things. She's got a little tablet. She walks over and keeps writing on, and then goes back to the table, to the shelf, um, and stuff like that.
I'm gonna kind of step in and clear my throat. Excuse me, miss.
And she startles a moment and says, yes. Great. What, ah, you two must be those, heroes that they keep talking about. Clearly, unless you're here to rob us.
Oh, no, absolutely not. You're correct. Scrambles, the Death Dealer, aka the Heartbreak Kid, aka the Keeper of Tressendor Manor. You've probably seen me.
AKA super humble.
You've probably seen me around town with my big shining metal sphere, and I have my cloak that's like billowing behind me, and my helmet with the glowing eyes. Uh and this is just Gowden. Don't mind him. He he's with us.
You really
We
think
have
you could be talking about your big shiny sphere in front of a woman?
Well, I don't know if you've ever been out toward the west, but if you head almost directly west on the coast, there's been some tale of a strange lighthouse out there. It's built entirely of stone, and it looks like it's been bringing in ships. They say. You may want to go check that out when you get a chance. I'm sure their wrecks must be filled with treasure. We've got plenty here if you want to go swimming in the water to help you out.
Little do you know.
Yes, we've heard of that, but I'm not sure if it's still an issue. That being said, you'd mentioned you have people here that might want to come with us. We'd like to hire a few good men.
Oh, it's
Or women. Don't be
Pun in-
sexist.
Pun intended.
oh, I don't have anyone here. It's me and Lionel. The, are the only two here. I mean, I'll occasionally we hire mercenaries to go with caravans, but that's usually handled by the caravan masters in Neverwinter or back wherever the hell we're from, Yartar. They usually do that type of thing. We just feed them and house them when they come here.
Armor.
But take a look around. We got weapons, we got armor, whatever you need to sort of. You're looking a little pale here. You sure you're feeling okay? I've got some cure disease potions over here. Get you feeling right as rain again.
Mm. Any kind of weird magic trinkets? I like weird magic trinkets, even if it's just aesthetically, or just to change the way I look.
Don't let him have it.
I could use something. I look kind of bland right now.
Don't let him have it. He'll throw it against the wall.
I strike another pose with my cape of billowing. Anything to perk up the way I look, or anything like that? If not, I kind of just need some paper and some coloring utensils, like for almost like a small child or something to draw with. I am also in need of that. I'm sure you have that, but mainly magic trinkets is my fun thing. So I'm gonna look around the shop, see if she's got anything under glass somewhere that looks special or cool. If she doesn't, I totally understand.
So she you see him. She goes back behind the counter, and there's some locks there. And she puts a ring up against one of the shelves and things, and opens it up and reaches in and says, "Here, catch." She tosses you a piece of coal, and it's about inch and a half in diameter. Nothing, it's not symmetrical by any means. It just looks like a lump of coal. But you do notice right away it doesn't leave the black on her hand or on yours.
Okay.
Like coal would when you handle fresh coal.
Sure.
She
I
says,
smell it.
Does not smell like coal.
Okay.
She says, "Here, bring it over here." And she leans
Take it back
forward
to her.
and whispers something. And you see, you're now holding a gemstone.
Ooh.
It's a nice tiger eye.
Okay. I know
Brown
exactly what that is. Yeah. Like
with
gold
the white.
traces,
Yeah.
goldish copper. Yeah.
As you turn it,
That's cool.
the things. Um, and she's just that there's a. You're looking for a little trinket, so that's a tiger eye that looks like a piece of coal. And it's examined by anyone except you, and I can let you know the special word that will reveal it to you.
Ah. I do like that. That is impressive.
And God and you only see that he's still holding a piece of coal.
Wow. Would you have a look at this, Garden? And I show him the coal. Except for I'm looking at the tiger's eye. Ah, what would you have for it?
I'll run you 5 gold.
Ah, what a bargain. Could you throw in the coloring utensils and a little bit of paper with that and call it good?
Absolutely, absolutely.
All right.
I also have this, and you see she pulls out this little piece of almost like ivory. So it's you know what a cameo is from like the 50s and stuff, where they had the carved portrait in like it's not ivory, but it's ivory adjacent. It's like a yellowish stone, and they carved the side of a silhouette of a person of a portrait.
Yeah.
And it's carved in that.
Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
So it's one of those, in a little pendant, locket that closes and stuff.
Okay.
But the person is hideous. It's the ugliest person you've seen.
Oh. Okay. So, is it
Uh,
magic? Does
it's
it do
not,
something
but it is
cool?
curious. You was just asking for something that was unique and a little weird, and
You know what?
that's something that I've got. I've also got a dead sprite inside of a clear jar over here.
I
She points
don't.
it out, and you see that it is in fact what looks like a dead sprite, and it's some sort of liquid.
No. Uh. So I will say this hideous stone thing. It is curious. Could you put it on like a pendant? Something I could wear, maybe? Like a trinket to tie around my axe
It
handle,
has a
or
locket. It's in a locket,
ah,
so it closes. And
oh,
so
perfect.
it has a loop. It's just nothing there, so you can put, a piece of leather or a chain or something if you wanted to.
Okay. And this is pretty tough to look at, but what would it cost to take something like this off your hands?
And as you're looking around, there's you see a glass eye. You see a needle on a special little, like a silk cushion. Just looks like a needle there. You see a rabbit's foot.
Ooh.
Um, You see a tiny silver raven. Been carved, a little statuette of a raven. And you see in a special glass box, it's about 2 inches by 2 inches, what looks like to be like a teardrop. It says this. By the way, the only other thing I have, put you back 15 gold, but this isn't a real teardrop.
I would like to tell. I'd like to use my I don't know what it is, my perception maybe, to see if I can tell if she's lying to me or not, because that just sounds like a weird thing to have. How does one possess a teardrop is what he's thinking. But before I ask, I'm gonna try to tell if I can. Well, can you tell me more about the teardrop? And then I'm gonna try to see if I can tell if she's being honest with me or not, because that just
All right,
sounds like a
so
weird
give
ass
me
thing to have.
an insight check.
In the tower or just on the paper?
It will be. I'll let you do it in paper.
All right, there it is. Ooh, nice.
Okay. Yeah. So she honestly thinks
Believes it's a teardrop.
this is a teardrop. You see a little tiny cage without a door. There's a little small doll that's skewered with needles.
I don't want that at all. That scares me a little. In fact, I try to stand in front of it so Godden doesn't see it. Don't want him to see that. Okay. Oh, I think I've seen enough here. I am interested in the hideous pendant and the teardrop. You said the teardrop is 15? What if I gave you an even 18 for the pendant and the teardrop?
Actually, that that cameo,
Yeah.
that's only a gold. Nobody
Nobody
onto
wants
that
it.
thing forever. So
Ah,
if you want it, 15 for both. If you'd like, I'll throw that in there for free.
perfect. I appreciate your honesty with me there. Okay. Well, I don't need anything else in here. Do you need anything, Godden?
Nope.
There's definitely nothing small and creepy over here.
Okay.
I look very concerned. Just kind of give like a nothing creepy on it over here to see. So I think we'll be off. And I'm sorry, I forgot your name, Miss. I don't remember her name.
My name's Lenine Greywind.
She definitely didn't say that before. Okay.
I don't think you asked.
Nope. Okay. Cool, Lenine. Thank you, Lenine. I'll see you around. If you get any other cool trinkets, hold on to them for me. I like anything magical.
Like I said, the majority of her shop is armor and weapons and
Yeah.
pickaxes and shovels. You know, just um, traditional things that you would see in a almost like a blacksmith or something like that.
Okay.
And you see a single caltrop. Looks like it's made out of a bone.
Ooh. Yuck, I don't want that. Can you
So
put
what
the
did you
things that I
get?
bought in? So I bought I bought the
Pendant.
pendant, the hideous thing. I bought the gemstone that looks like coal.
Cameo.
I bought the hideous cameo for 15, and it came with the teardrop in the glass box. I didn't buy the needle. I didn't buy anything else, but I don't remember how much she said the coal was. I remember the other two were 15 total gold, but I don't remember how much she said the tiger's eye was. And what was the secret word she told me when I bought it from her?
I'll let you decide that. You can make it.
Ooh.
But,
Okay.
Like I said, it just needs to be said once, and then it's a tiger's eye for you forever. Um, if you want anybody else to see it, then you say that.
I have to
word.
tell them the secret word. Okay.
Well, no.
No, I don't.
You say the word like she did.
Oh, and it
whisper the
reveals
word,
itself.
and it reveals for
Okay.
about a minute, and then it goes back to the coal,
Okay. Okay.
and only to the person holding it. That's why
Okay.
God has still never seen it. He just thinks he bought a piece of coal.
I think she sold it to me for 5 gold. Is that right?
Yes.
Because I think I'm at 20 gold from this endeavor. Because I'm keeping track of the gold that I spent here.
Crazy.
Yeah, but now I have a teardrop for the manor. We'll put it in. We'll put it on display at the manor, or at least I'll put it in my room, maybe.
Oh, I'm sorry. It's an earring.
Oh,
It's a
the
silver.
tear.
It's a silver teardrop earring made from a real teardrop.
Oh, that's cool. Maybe I'll get a belly piercing or something. How about that, Godden? You ever seen a minotaur with a belly button piercing?
I've not seen a Minotaur's belly button. Thank you.
You're not lucky enough yet. Maybe one day. All right. Well, I think we're gonna be out of luck trying to get anybody in town here to help us fight this dragon. What do you think? You think we should just give up on that?
Probably.
All right.
We can go see Sildar, and then maybe check by the Stonehill Inn to see if there's any mercenaries in town that just happen to be hanging out.
Yeah, good call.
All right. So because we're almost out of time, there you don't see anything in the town. There is talk of another shipment coming in, so you expect that there's also talk of a crew from Neverwinter coming in, of goblins and dwarves. I mean kobolds and dwarves, and so several people are talking smack about those idiot adventurers and bringing kobolds and all these strange creatures and minotaurs and devil people and bugbears in their town. Now they're bringing kobolds. I don't know what they're gonna bring in next.
Might even be black people in the town.
Troy the sheriff
That'd
is
be-
near. Um,
I assume that's what you meant after your earlier comment about hiring women. I thought that was. I also thought that was quite funny. This is a great joke you've made earlier.
It's not a joke.
Very funny.
Freaking Minotaurs.
Hire a normal human woman. That's hysterical to fight a dragon. Okay, all right.
I didn't say human.
Chuckles.
I just said woman. A
I make
female
this-
version of a.
but Sildar,
I mean, I'd love to see a female Minotaur in our crew.
I would love to see a female minotaur in our group.
Sildar,
And there's some female bugbears in my old clan that could,
oh yeah,
definitely hold their own.
I got something to hold, if you know what I mean.
Yeah, the big shiny silver orb you keep bragging about.
Yes.
Yeah. No, save that for Adabra. Yeah, that's
I've been meaning
that's
to.
them.
I've been meaning
Those
to
are
tell you.
my sisters.
Yeah, I've been meaning to tell you about Adabra. Her and I, we're not dating. I thought we should date for a while, but she wasn't so keen to it, so we're just
What?
friends. But she did agree to help us with the manor. She said she'd like to stay there, of course, and she'll be as helpful as she can as far as repairs and things like that. So that's good news.
Oh. It's good news that she's decided not to date you, or good news that she's sticking around to help?
I heard the first part of what she said, but I've been focusing more on the whole she'll stay around the manor to help us take care of things. That's what I really took away from the conversation we had privately. That she would like to stay there, of course, and she'll continue to help with renovations. That's what I gleaned from our conversation. We are friends, though. She did make that pretty clear. But mostly that she's grateful to be there. She said something about it had nothing to do with my devilish looks. It wasn't me. It was her, kind of thing. So, and
uh,
anyways, we're best friends basically. Probably don't want to talk to her. Probably just leave her alone. But also, she will stay there and make sure everything gets taken care of.
of course, 10,000 gold reasons to. So yeah, we'll take good care of her then.
Yes. Oh, I don't think she'll steal our gold. She knows how powerful we are.
Oh, we shouldn't need to steal it. You've given her a lot of security with it.
Yes.
Very good.
You know what they say about women, because I clearly don't. So, I assume you know what they say about them. Anyway, I
Well,
think we should just kind of get back to the manor and then out of role playing things. I think there's not much for us to do. My goal tonight was to get us to the point when everybody else came back next week. We'd be ready to leave to go fight the dragon.
I
So,
think we're pretty much there.
yeah, I think
I've
I'm
got
just gonna.
nothing I need to buy, so
Yeah, we're just gonna buy things we need.
so
I've already
Sylvanas
I've
says he will
already
go
picked
with
up all
you
the
if you
potions I
want
need, so
him.
I'm good.
He is an old ranger,
Awesome.
but
Oh, cool.
he doesn't know how much he'll be able to contribute. But he has healed from his captivity and stuff. Uh, you know, he was captured by the goblins you killed at level 1.
Oh, okay.
Although
So
there were
he's
4
an
of
old
you.
friend.
There were 4 or 5 of you, but he wasn't proficient enough to protect himself from these goblins
Yes.
by himself. So you don't know how much he'll be able to bring, but if you want him to go with, he'll go with you.
Absolutely, I want him to go with us.
Okay.
Yeah,
Yeah, I'll
the
take
ranger
any.
can still shoot from a distance.
Yeah, I'll take anybody. I'll take an old ranger any day. At very least, he'll
Okay.
keep us from getting lost on the way there.
Oh, there you go.
All
So
right.
yeah, we'll take him.
And all right. So you find out. So nobody really knows much. There are some more rumors, that people have seen this shape in the clouds above, and different sizes. Some people say it's as big as the town. Other people say it's just a small thing. Don't know why everybody's so upset about this dragon. Uh,
We're
and
seeing the
here,
mana core for sure.
there is a lot of hubbub as the days, next couple of days pass, uh, about Manticore.
The only other thing I can think of that's important is on the 5th, when the designer or whatever guy comes, the engineer comes.
Mhm.
I want to talk to him about rebuilding the pub, not the pub, the manor, and try
So
to
you're
get.
looking at doing like making the bottom floor, adding a second floor, and then
Yes.
having the top floor be mostly rooms that you
Yep.
can, and then the bottom floor be the kitchen and like an inn.
Yeah, that picture that you showed me is perfect. So,
Okay.
if we could get it to look like that, and then that way, because there's enough rooms in that picture you showed us, or at least you showed me, to have where all of us would have our own room, and then we would have an extra room for people to kind of rent out, and that doesn't even include the rooms in the basement below the house. So,
All right, and so there you go for the stream. This is the room what he's talking about. This would be the second floor down here below. So you've got the main floor and the game room and the common room, kitchen, huge kitchen, storeroom, like a dining area or meeting room, a couple smaller areas, bathrooms down below, and on top you've got all the different rooms, smaller rooms, bigger rooms, and a small meeting room, reading area, that type of thing. So that's what he's looking at, give or take. That's we will cover that next week. So again, thank you guys for playing. Um, don't know what happened with Reno, but Mantha will almost definitely be back, and so we can go ahead and get rolling toward the dragon. Scrambles, you spent some time pulling over maps and things. You're the one that had the vision that where you
Yes.
were flying over the air and you saw where it was. This old
Yeah.
keep. Um, you're not able to find out a whole lot of information, but there is rumors of an old ancient keep that was out there that direction that got overrun almost a century ago, more than 100 years, and has been abandoned ever since. But you're looking at maps and things and trying to figure out where to go and talk with uh, Sildar as far as you know where he thinks it is based on the maps and your vision and stuff. So you have a pretty clear idea of where to go. You know that talking to people, trappers and hunters as well, it is very cold. It is significantly colder than here. So going up
Okay.
into that mountain area in those range, as you go up, you probably will need or want cold weather gear.
Okay. And that's not what we got from the other caravan, then, right? Because the caravan sold us cold stuff. I think it was blankets, though.
I don't remember honestly what's in your inventory. There
Yeah.
is such a thing as cold weather gear, so
Winter blankets. Yeah, we got winter blankets from them,
okay,
but we did not get cold weather
so
gear.
that'll help you at night to sleep.
Yeah, we got winter tent or a big tent from them that Taugen is carrying around, so we could all camp in one tent together. And then we got winter blankets for everybody. So we do not have
Good.
outdoor gear though, so we're gonna need something for our faces and whatnot, protect us from the wind and the snow or whatever's up there.
Okay, and cold weather gear uh, between the two. Oh, I'm in the trinkets. I'm still on the wrong table. Hold on a second. I know it exists. Alright, so I don't. You can buy a tattoo that absorbs the cold for
That's cool.
15,000 gold.
Oh, that's it. Just
You have
15,000.
resistance to cold damage, and when you take cold damage, you can use your reaction to gain immunity against that instance of the damage, and you gain
It's
hit
really
points
cool.
equal to half the damage you would have taken
Wow,
once a day.
that
Um,
is really cool. But I don't think we have 15,000 gold laying around.
or a tattoo artist who can do it. So anyway, yeah, I don't see it here. I don't. Looks like I don't have the right
Yeah, we can get it
thing
next week.
open. So I'll find it, and if nothing else, we'll
And
just
some
hand wave
specs
it and
on it.
say you buy it. You bought it. You just buy a couple extra layers, and you're good.
Cool.
Um, all right, so that is it. We will leave it here for tonight. Ran a couple minutes late, but wanted to wrap things up. Sildar's with you, Manticore's with you, uh, and then you guys now know where to, and you've clarified where you want to go. Just need to decide if you're going to bring Nightmare with you. He doesn't care about the cold, so
Yeah, he's a skeleton
it's
horse.
up to you. What if you want to bring him up there with you? Other than that, we're all set and ready to go for next week. So thank you for
Great.
playing.
Awesome.
Yep. Very good.
And
Heck yeah.
don't forget, you can find out where these guys have been. If you guys want to catch up yourself, you can always check it out on YouTube. Don't forget to like, subscribe, send the links to all your coworkers and their friends on Facebook. Whatever else you do, enjoy the rest of your day. Say goodnight, guys.
Bye.
Good night, guys.